أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الذي خلقنا ورزقنا منذ نعومة أظفارنا إلى يومنا هذا. إن الله سبحانه وتعالى وضعنا في هذه الدنيا وما تركنا هملا، بل أرسل إلينا نبينا المصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم الذي بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وتركها على محجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله. أيها الإخوة والأخوات، اتقوا الله حق تقاته وكونوا بشرعه متمسكين ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون، كما يقول عز وجل في محكم تنزيله: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. أيها المستمعون الكرام، إننا اليوم نعاني من الغلظة والشدة في حالنا الاقتصادي، فكأن الدنيا ترغبنا عن فضيلة من الفضائل الطيبة. هذه الفضيلة تقوي العلاقات فيما بين الناس، إنها فضيلة الإيثار، وهو تقديم غيرك على نفسك في النفع له والدفع عنه، وهو النهاية في الأخوة. دعونا اليوم ندقق في إيثار الصحابة رضي الله عنهم أجمعين. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: أن رجلاً أتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فبعث إلى نسائه فقلنا: ما معنا إلا الماء. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من يضم، وفي الرواية من يضيف هذا. فقال رجل من الأنصار اسمه أبو طلحة الأنصاري: أنا يا رسول الله. فانطلق به إلى امرأته فقال: أكرمي ضيف رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. فقالت الزوجة: ما عندنا إلا قوت صبياني. فقال الصحابة أبو طلحة: هيئي طعامك وأصبحي سراجك ونومي صبيانك إذا أرادوا عشاء. فهيأت طعامها وأصبحت سراجها ونومت صبيانها، ثم قامت كأنها تصلح سراجها فأطفأته، فجعلا يريانه أنهما يأكلان، فباتا طاويين. فلما أصبح غدا إلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: عجب الله الليل، وفي الرواية ضحك الله من فعالكما. فأنزل الله الآية الكريمة في القرآن لأجل ذلك. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. في آخر الآية آية: ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة. سورة الحشر آية 9. أين أخلاقنا من أخلاق الصحابة؟ هذا هو الإيثار الحقيقي. أما اطلعت على حدثة التي حدثت في معركة اليرموك، إذ أن الصحابة ماتوا من أجل العطش إيثاراً، وهم الحارث ابن هشام، عكرمة ابن أبي جهل، والثالث كان عياش ابن أبي ربيعة. هؤلاء الصحابة ماتوا من العطش إيثارا، لأن كل واحد أراد أن يقدم غيره حتى يشرب الماء، لذلك ماتوا من العطش. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May His peace and blessings be bestowed upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the one who fought tooth and nail for Islam to get to every corner of the world. I request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bestow unto him His full blessings and mercy, and whoever is to follow his footsteps till the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. I bear full witness that none is worthy being worshipped but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and whoever is worshipping anything else that isn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we consider that the highest level of oppression. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to the best in line with worshipping Him alone. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I urge you all to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and always be conscious about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us in the Holy Quran, and He was like, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Don't dare think of dying unless you are amongst those who have totally submitted to the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us that blessing in this dunya. Allahumma ameen. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, my seniors and juniors, we all know what is happening on earth today. If I'm to ask you today, how are we economically? Everyone will be like, we are unstable economically. It's like the earth today, whatever we are going through today, is training us to be selfish, is training us to mind a lot about our self-interests and not minding about the interests of others. That's why today I thought it wise to make it a point to discuss selflessness in Islam. Al-ithar fil Islam. And if you're to define selflessness, this simply means literally not considering your personal interests first. You first consider the happiness of whoever is surrounding you. This is a principle that was designed as a pillar in Islam. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, together with his companions, were a very good example to show us that we have to make this a point to always consider the happiness of whoever is surrounding us without firstly considering our own self-interests. Where are we in line with that? Whoever is surrounding you, have you ever sacrificed your personal desires in order to see them smile? It's Islamic to sacrifice whatever you have interest in for one sole reason of seeing your brother and sister happy. And that's Islam. There are two scenarios I wanted us to discuss today. Abu Hurairah narrates to us in an authentic tradition. At times, when we find these stories in traditions, we are like, if at all they are not authentic, probably we would be tempted to think that they are not even real. Abu Hurairah narrates to us that one day a gentleman marched to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He was a traveler, and he was like, Ya Rasulallah, I'm marching going somewhere, but now it's late. I can't proceed with my journey. I'm requesting you to host me. فَبَعَثَ الرَّسُولِ إِلَى نِسَائِهِ. Prophet made it a point to send someone to all his wives, trying to inquire from them, are they having anything nice at home so that they host the guest of the Prophet? And the feedback came to the Prophet. They were like, they were not having anything at home. Only water was there. And Prophet had this. He made it a point to give a chance to the companions. He was like, Man yudayyif, dayf Rasulillah. Who is ready to host the guest of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam? And one companion known as Abu Talha raised up the hand. And he was like, Ana ya Rasulallah, I'm here. give me that opportunity. Let me take your guest and let me host him. We all know Islamically, if you ever think of hosting someone, you really have to treat them fragilely. Give them the best of the foods. Give them the special care they deserve. That's the discipline in Islam. When Abu Talha marched at home, he narrated everything to the wife. He was like, I was there and we had an opportunity of hosting the guest of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The wife said the following statements to Abu Talha. She was like, my husband Abu Talha, it's okay, I'm okay with that. But the fact here is, the food that is prepared is only for our kids. You're not included, my husband. Even me, my wife, I'm not going to share anything. It's only for the kids. Abu Talha said a wonderful statement that clearly portrays whatever we are discussing today. He was like, my beautiful wife, consider making some lullaby for the kids. Let them sleep without taking this food. Give me the food. Of course, the wife did that. She made it a point to make some simple lullaby. Lullaby basically means boring songs that drive the kids to sleep without eating the food. And the kids went to bed without eating anything. For one reason, they are calling off their interests just to see a smile in their fellow Muslim brother, who is not biological, but just a Muslim brother. After doing that, the wife of Abu Talha made it a point to prepare the food. She gave it to the husband for the husband to serve the guest. Wallahu al-Azim, watch out this. The wife pretended like she was going to add on another lamp, and then she definitely switched off the lamp they had, with one sole reason, to make the guest think that probably they are sharing the meal together. Only the guest was trying to enjoy the meal, and Abu Talha, together with the wife, they never had anything. Fabata. They spent the night without eating anything, hungry, just because they wanted to see a smile in a brother. After the night, Abu Talha had to march to the Prophet in the morning. The Prophet had the knowledge about what happened in the house of Abu Talha. And he was like, Ajab Allahu al-layla. Abu Talha, I want to let you know that Allah is very pleased min fi'alikuma, about whatever you did yesterday at night. Calling off a meal just to see a brother having that meal. You had the interest in the meal. You never took the meal. That's the selflessness we are discussing. The fact that they were hungry, they had it in mind. They were like, it's okay. This one is a traveler and he needs this meal better than we do. Probably we are going to get something to eat tomorrow. Let us sacrifice our meal and give it to this brother of ours. And that's why Allah made it a point in the Holy Quran. A full verse was revealed in line with that. وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. People who call off their personal interests, وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصًا. Despite the fact that you really need whatever you're sacrificing, you still keep it on track and call it off, give it to a brother. أين نحن في أخلاقنا من أخلاق الصحابة? Where are we? That's the level they set. Are we close to that? It was Abi Talha by then and the guest. Today, it's me and you. It's you and your wife. It's you and your husband. It's you and your neighbor. It's you and your workmate. It's you and your boss. It's you and whoever you're surrounding. Are you really sacrificing some stuff, your personal interests, to see them smile? That's a discipline. That's a discipline Islam lays. I believe the hard times we are going through, if at all everyone is sacrificing their desires to see others smile, trust me, we are to march through this dilemma these hard times, these hard situations with a smile, without even feeling it. The last scenario, Ma'arikatul Yarmouk. This was the battle that was between Muslims and the Romans. It is well known in the Islamic history that the number of Muslims was just too little as compared to the number of the Romans. They multiplied, they doubled the numbers of the Muslims. And there are 3 companions that lost their lives just because they had the interest of saving others. Al-Harith ibn Hisham, Ukrima ibn Abi Jahl, and the last one was Ayyash. You know what happened? In that battle, some of the companions were losing their lives because of thirsty. And the brother to Harith got to know that maybe they are losing lives because they have nothing to drink. Khalid ibn Walid was the head, the leader of the Muslims in the battle. What happened was, a brother to Harith brought a bottle of water to Harith, and he was like, you're losing your life, you're just about to lose your life. Here's the water, take a sip, quench the thirst you're having so that you save your life. When Harith was trying to take the water, he had Ukrima trying to call for help, for someone who is having something to drink, to save them. You know what Harith did? He never took anything. He was like, I won't take this water. I believe that call. He needs this water better than I do. Take it to him. And the brother insisted, for God's sake. He was like, my brother Harith, it's okay. Take a sip or maybe 2 sips, leave a bit of the water, and then I take it to the brother, Ukrima. He insisted, Lan asrabahu hatta tusqiyahu minhu. I won't take this water, my brother. Humbly take it first to Ukrima and then get back to me. I believe he needs the water better than me. When he marched to Ukrima, Ukrima also tried to take the water. He had Ayyash making the same call, trying to denote that they are dying out of hunger or maybe thirst. Ukrima also said the same statements, لَنْ أَشْرَبَهُ حَتَّى تُسْقِيَهُ مِنْهُ. My brother, humbly allow my offer. I won't take this water, not until you feed, not until you give it to Ayyash. I believe that call, he needs the water better than I do. When he got to Ayyash, وَجَدَهُ وَقَدْ فَارَقَ الْحَيَاةِ. He found Ayyash had already died out of thirsty. فَلَمَّا رَجَعَ إِلَىٰ أُخْرِمَ وَجَدَهُ وَقَدْ فَارَقَ الْحَيَاةِ. When he got back to the second recipient, he found him when he's already dead because of thirsty. فَلَمَّا رَجَعَ إِلَىٰ أَخِيهِ وَجَدَهُ أَيْضًا وَقَدْ فَارَقَ الْحَيَاةِ. When he got to the first recipient, his brother, he found the brother dead because of thirsty. Itharan. Why did they die? It's because they had it within them. They wanted to see a smile in other brothers, not considering, basically, selfishly considering their personal desires, just to see the brother smile and be fine. How many of us can do that? And you really think, if you forget all about that, are we really trying to follow the footsteps of those companions? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us such an understanding in our deen, and grant us such understanding with selflessness within our hearts, so that we sacrifice our desires, our personal interests, just to see our brothers and sisters happy and having smiles. Abebitiibwa abampuliriza, bw'ofuna akakisa olwaleero okubuuza ekigenda mu maaso mu dduniya, toyogera bigambo 5 okuggyako ng'ogamba ti ensimbi zibuze, byenfuna si binywevu, buli kimu kirinnye. Batuuse n'okufunayo obugambo ti omuwendo gwa sabbuuni gusinga ebbaafu. Embeera si nnungi, naye mu mbeera ng'eno obusiraamu bwatutendeka dda tweyisa tutya? Waliwo ebintu ebyaliwo ku mulembe gw'abasahaba nga mu butuufu singa hadithi tezaali ntuufu, okuwakana kwe tulina olwaleero twandibadde twasimbula dda okuzikubamu ebituli. Okwejjukanya kwaffe okw'olwaleero twagala tulabe okwerekereza ku bye tusinga okwagala okusobola okulaba essanyu mu mitima gy'abantu abalala. Kizuuliddwa nti edduniya eno n'ebizibu ebigirimu kirabika etandise otutendeka obwannakyemalira obw'okwekulembezanga tuleme kufaayo na nnyo. Abalala bawulira batya? N'olya emmere naye nga neibawo toyagala na kumanya oba alidde oba talidde. Abu Hurayra yatunyumiza nti lumu nabbi afuna omugenyi omutambuze, n'amugamba nabbi wa Allah, nze ndi mutambuze, njagala onsuze enkeera neeyongereyo. Nabbi atumye abantu basahaba babuuze bakyala be oba balina kye bategeseeyo ekyenjawulo mu maka ge asobole okukyaza omugenyi ono, kubanga ffe mu busiraamu tokyaza mugenyi okuggyako ng'omuwa emmere ekyasinza obulungi, okuggyako ng'omuwa endabirira ekyasinza okubeera ennungi. Bajja bakamukuba nti tewaliyo mmere, waliyo mazzi gokka. Nabbi avaamu obugambo nti ani ayinza okubanga agenyiwaza omugenyi wa nabbi? Sahaba ayitibwa Abu Talha ajja awanika omukono n'agamba ana ya Rasulallah, nze mumpa omugenyi oyo ngende mulabirire. N'amutwala ewuwe ewaka mu maka ge. Tuli ku mulama gw'okwerekereza. Bw'atuuka mu maka anyumiza mukyala we, tufunye omugenyi twagala tumulabirire kimuggwemu, enkeera tumuzzeeyo ng'asiimye. Mukyala wa Abu Talha amuwa amawulire, siina buzibu bba wange, naye akamere ke tulinawo olwaleero kabadde k'abaana bano. Nze mukyala wo gwe wawasanga oyagala siriiko, naawe Abu Talha bba wange nkwagala nnyo, naye naawe ku mmere mbadde sikubaliddeeko. Abu Talha avaamu obugambo ng'agamba mukyala we nti mukyala wange, njagala obowa abaana abo beebake nga tebalidde emmere. Ekyo bw'onaakimala njagala oteeke emmere eyo ku sowaani ogimpe ngitwalire omugenyi waffe. Hadithi ekirambulula na bulungi nti omukyala yeefuula ng'agenda okuleeta tadooba endala, kumba azikiza tadooba esooka nga bapulaaniza olwo nebbaawe, ng'ekigendererwa baagala okuleetera omugenyi ono okuwulira nti ali mu kulya nabo bali mu kulya, nga bwe bakuba emboozi aleme kutegeera nti bo bagenda ssula njala. Ekyo nno bwe kyaggwa alya emmere nakkuta ne yeebaka. Ku makya nga Jibriiru yasedde ewa nabbi okumutegeeza. Abu Talha aba atuuka ewa nabbi, nabbi amutegeeza ti ajaba rabbukuma min fi'alikuma. Katonda wa Abu Talha yasanyuse nnyo, yakusiimye olusiima olw'ekikolwa kye wakoze ne mukyalawo, ne mukkaanya ne mukkiriziganya, ne mwerekereza emmere n'abaana bammwe ne beebaka njala, nga muba oli awo mulina essuubi nti enkeera mujja kulya, ne muwoona omugenyi mwe ne bwebaka njala musobole okumulabako akaseko. Kaakati ggwe nange ku bukambwe bwe tulina olwaleero babeka abatuuka awo. Era aya nekka nno mu suratul Hashr aya ya 9 geggwako, wayuthiruna ala anfusihim. Allah ng'agezaako okuwaana abantu abeerekereza bye basinga okwagala newankubadde nga bitono nga baagala okulaba essanyu, walau kaana bihim khasasa, newankubadde nga balina obwetaavu mu ebyo bye beerekereza ne babiwa bannaabwe okubalabako essanyu. Bukhari ye yagiwandiika mu kitabo kye. Ffe tuli ludda wa? Bwe tolabanga buli omu olwaleero, oyo nno yali Abu Talha n'omugenyi wa nabbi, olwaleero nze naawe ffe abaliwo, gwe ne mukyala wo, wobeera mukyala, gwe ne bbaawo, gwe ne taatawo, gwe ne muzaddewo, b'okola nabo ku mirimu, b'owangaala nabo, oli weerekerezaayo ki bwe bakubuuza okusobola okubalaba nga baseka? Saba Allah abeere nga atuwa entegeera eyo. Ekyafaayo ekisemba, olutalo lwa Ghazwatu Yarmuk, basahaba basatu baafa ng'ekibatta nnyonta. Harithi ye sahaba eyasooka, muganda wajja ategeera ti olutalo lubindabinda, basahaba bafuna ebiwundu. Wowe omanye ebiwundu, omuntu buli wafulumya omusaayi awulira ennyonta nga y'amaanyi. Muganda wa Harithi aleeta ekikapu ky'amazzi, ajja awa Harithi n'amugamba nnyo ku mazzi mpulira ofa. Harithi aba agenda okunywa, agenda okuwulira okulima akuba omulanga, kyanaayina ku mazzi antaasa enfa. Ajja avaamu ebigambo ti muganda wange oleesa amazzi, naye ogwo omulanga ate ali bubi okunsinga, sooka omutwalira anywe. N'amutwalira ssebo, yamulemera nako n'amugamba nti kale nywako omumiro gumu oba ebiri, olekemuko naye mumutwalire. N'amugamba nze ndi bulungi, ndi fayini, sooka otwalire oyo ate afa bubi, nze ndi wano ojja kunsanga. N'atwalirawo okulima. Okulima naye aba ali mu kunywa, ajja awulira Ayashi akuba omulanga ate ogusinga ogugwe. N'amugamba muganda wange tewali buzibu, nze ndi bulungi, kwate sooka owe Ayashi oyo afa, ogwo omulanga gusinzeeko ogwange. Bwe yatuuka ewa Ayashi yamusanga yeefiiridde olw'ennyonta. N'akomawo ewawo okulima, yamusanga naye yeefiiridde olw'ennyonta. N'addayo kwe yasooka, muganda we yennyini musaayi gwe gumu, yamusanga nga naye assa gusemba, nga naye yeefiiridde olw'ennyonta. We bakubuuza nti baafiira ki? Wobeera mugezigezi nga gwe omutima gwakaluba, ovaamu n'akagambo akagamba nti abo baali tebategeera. Oleka otya amazzi mbulwakuba oyagala munnaanywe? Naye baali batuwa ssomo. Obusiraamu nga bunaatambula mu bantu b'owangaala nabo, jjukiranga okwerekereza okubalabako akamwenyumwenyu. Saba Allah atuwe entegeera eyo. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب توبوا إلى الله. المحمود هو الله والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وبعد. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I would like to conclude today's sermon with 3 factors. Factor number 1, in the first story, the companions sacrificed their personal interests and desires, not because they had a lot. No. Abu Talha sacrificed a meal, supper, not because he had a lot. No. But because he knew that what they were supposed to get in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the reward they were to get in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, was much bigger and greater as compared to whatever they were sacrificing. Get it as a lesson today. You don't need a lot to sacrifice. Actually, it makes sense if the little you're having, you have the guts and audacity to call it off just to see a brother smile. Never undermine that. The second factor, let's appreciate whoever has sacrificed anything for your smile. Get it as a lesson today. It's Islamic to make a call to them, invite them, with one sole reason of thanking them. How many have we thanked? Have you called your dad and parent to thank them because of what they sacrificed to see you grow up? Have you discussed this with your wife to see them? At times they sacrifice a lot to see us smile. If you're a wife, have you thanked your husband for what they have sacrificed for you to smile? It's a discipline in Islam. Guess what? No relationship, irrespective of gender, irrespective of religion, that will have this as a discipline unless the relationship will keep being authentic. Just imagine a friend who has sacrificed a lot for you. The bond keeps on tightening and keeps on strengthening. Imagine if your husband is doing that. Imagine if your wife is doing that. Imagine if your workmate is doing that. That's the discipline Islam provides to us. I request Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us that discipline. And then lastly, let's learn to sacrifice for others. From here, Maybe it was between the companions by that time, but today it's between me and you. It's between you and whoever is surrounding you. You and your leaders. You and your family. You and your friends, irrespective of religion. Sacrifice, at times sacrifice your personal desires, even when you're having little, just to see them smile. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us that. Even when they are not grateful for what you're doing, you shouldn't lose track. Maybe some people are just naturally built to not be grateful. But you're not supposed to be bad just because they are turning out to be bad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us that discipline in our social life. Abebitiibwa abampuliriza, ensonga 3 tumalirize. Ensonga esookera ddala, bwe weetegereza bye twogeddeko, ebyafaayo ebyo, basahaba tebaalina bingi. Baalinanga butono mwana wattu. Naye obutono obwo ne babeerekereza okulaba bannaabwe nga basanyuka. Gwe tolabanga bw'obaira mukyala, bw'otegeera nti ekyo kituufu, weerekerezaayo ebimu okulaba bbaawo nga musanyufu. Naawe bba omusajja mu maka okola ki ekimu? Ffenna bwe tunaakola ekyo tugenda okuyita mu mbeera eno nga tugiwulidde bukalubu bwayo. Ensonga ey'okubiri, tusiime. Bw'otegeera nti omuntu yali akubeereddewo ne we kiba kimu nga yali yeerekereza n'akulaba ng'oseka, kya bulyaza amaanya nnyo okuyimira ku magulu g'abiri n'ovaamu ebigambo ebitali bya busiimu. Saba Allah atuwe entegeera eyo. Gwe tolabanga bwe tunaakoppa enkola eyo tugenda okuwangaala obulungi n'ekisemberayo ddala. Bambi tobeera mubi, toggwamu n'amaanyi olw'okuba weerekereza bingi okulaba abalala nga basanyufu naye ne batakulaga nti basiimu. Toggwamu maanyi, nkukakasa ti Allah ajja kukusasula, kubanga waliwo abantu nga bo baabumbibwa oba oli awo obutasiima newankubadde nga si kirungi. Tusaba Allah abeerenga aluŋŋamya abantu abo, ate abeerenga atuwa obusobozi obw'okusiima abantu abatukoledde ebintu ebirungi. Omukyala bw'anaasiima bbaawe, obufumbo tebuutambule. Omusajja bw'anaasiima mukyala we, obufumbo tebuutambule. Bw'onaasiima bw'okola nabo emirimu tegiyitambule. Bw'onaabeera musuubuzi, bw'osuubuza ne bakusiima toosuubule bulungi. Saba Allah abeerenga atuwa entegeera eyo. Inna Allaha wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayuha alladhina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. Wa barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. وارض اللهم عن الأربعة الخلفاء منهم أبو بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار ثبت قلوبنا على دينك وعلى طاعتك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل ونعوذ بك اللهم من النار وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل. وأقم الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.